Go on.
I'm Jack Knave.
And I'm Charlie Darling.
And this is
Versatile Views,
the podcast where we flip the script.
And each other. Yeah, don't tell anyone.
Okay, let's get into it. Tell me your tops and bottoms of the week. Please.
My gosh, no preamble, no foreplay.
Oh my gosh, no foreplay. And actually, I need to tell them first.
Yeah, you do. Get me warmed up. Get me loosey-goosey over here, because I'm not ready.
Gosh, we are already loosey-goosey. Okay, so in true to me fashion, I'm going to start off with my bottom of the week. Went up to Scotland and I spent some time with my family.
Instant bottom.
Yeah, instant bottom. And although I think they all had a really good time and I, to an extent, had a good time, one thing I've been really struggling with is showing them who I am now. And I keep getting put into this box of, this was who you were. We're going to treat you as though you are still that person.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to rebel against that, because when you are trying to show someone that you've changed, they will either read it as you protest too much and you're exactly who they thought you were, or they will just not allow it. They're just not willing to hear it.
Yeah, I think maybe in this case they weren't so interested to understand the growth you've experienced and achieved in recent years. That's the thing, when you only see your family once or twice per year, and I can relate to that as well, there's just parts of you that they will not get. To save our own emotions, you have to just be okay with that.
Well, they keep saying, they're like, why don't we see you? And I'm like, because this happens and it makes me not want to be around you.
You can't really say that though.
No, I can't say that.
Yeah.
And also, they are treating me as though they know who I am already, and that robs them of the opportunity to get to know who I am now.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's what's frustrating for me.
Yeah.
And then I also feel like I'm robbed of the opportunity to get to know them.
Yeah, because you're so preoccupied with how you're coming across and how you're being perceived, and you know it's not fair. And especially, I think in your case, because of who you were, that person is
a stranger to us now.
Yeah, no longer around.
They're not around.
And for
the better,
best, I guess. Yeah, I sound so harsh to say that.
I think it is an interesting conversation to have. I feel sorry for that person. I think they were doing the best with what they had at the time.
Yeah, undiagnosed
ADHD.
Yeah.
And had not been going to therapy. And now I have a diagnosis and I'm going to therapy. So although I feel compassion for that person, I'm no longer that person, and I don't want to be treated like that. And I just want the opportunity to show that's not who I am.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair.
However, talking about change and like viewing people as who they are and who they're showing up as, my top of the week is watching my grandfather correctly gender someone and use their chosen name in front of their parents, who were actively trying to misgender them and use their dead name.
Yeah.
It was confronting.
How old's your grandfather?
70.
Okay, incredible. My mum is also 70. I can't imagine her doing that.
And so, you know, I was sitting there and I just thought to myself, wow, I can be very guilty of what I am feeling frustrated about when it comes to my family. I can also treat someone as though they are still the person I have always known them to be, instead of affording them the opportunity to grow. So just a lesson, I guess it goes both ways. We need to really all give each other the opportunity to show who we really are.
Yeah.
And learn who someone really is. So
wow,
that's my top and bottom.
I love that.
Thank you.
So a double-edged sword.
Oh, yeah, well, a sword cuts two ways. Because all swords have two edges, right? Go out, chat, prove me wrong in the comments. What sword doesn't have two blades?
I'm obsessed with that pair of idioms. I have fallen over that one so many times.
And it's like two sides of the same coin. Well, to be a coin, it has to have two sides.
Yeah, I suppose it does.
Well, talking about two sides, I'd love to hear about your top and your bottom.
Finally, my time to shine.
Let's hear it.
I'll start with my top. I've actually had an incredible couple of weeks. Even though my emotional state maybe hasn't been reflective of that the whole time.
Gosh, the pair of us.
I know, we've been a right pair. Yeah.
We've been both sides of that coin.
We've sort of been yo-yoing around, doing our best to support one another. But yeah, we've been the highs and lows. But actually, the time we spent together really did bring us back to equilibrium.
I agree.
So that's been wonderful.
That has been wonderful.
But that isn't my top
But
of the week.
that's not your top. No, it's not. Of course not.
No. Oh, I'm not taking you for granted at all.
I know. Sorry, that sounded so much more bad than it was. I promise.
The
Please,
pubs.
tell me your top.
Okay, so there's been lots of highlights, but I will choose a night out I had on Friday night. Jack and I went together with some other friends to a night organised by another friend of mine. And should I shout her out?
Yeah.
A shout out to Dykes on Mics. Celine did an amazing job putting on the C-Suite, a club night celebrating the music of 3 incredible divas, Chapel Roan, Charlie XCX, and you all know why I love it so much now, Carly Rae Jepsen.
I was like, wait, who's this third person? No, the most important third person in the world. There we go.
Yes. I actually can't believe I put her third on the list. I mean,
true.
But as it turns out, Carly was the least popular of the 3.
But was the only one that was played consistently the entire night.
Yeah. But Celine said that they were putting a spotlight on her for the night. I don't know why, actually. But I think it's because she's got so many great songs.
Yeah, I mean, her discography, I guess, is a bit more expansive.
7 albums.
Jeez.
At least. Might be counting wrong.
Prolific.
But I mean, Charlie XCX also has a ton of songs. She's been going for just as long, really.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, whereas obviously compared to Chapel, who has like 1 album so far.
Yeah, 1 album.
1 stellar album. But still, we are sat waiting for the next one, and it's coming. I'm so excited.
It's coming.
We were dancing to her new song.
We slow dancing, but we were dancing the subway.
Yeah, it gets there in the chorus.
It really does get there.
Yeah, it's great. We had a lovely time.
So
that was my highlight. And then I was actually struggling to think of a bottom because it's been a great couple of weeks. But I would say I had a date. I mean, it was organised through Grindr, so whether we call that a date, it was a Grindr date, which is a different sub-genre of date, in my opinion.
I guess so, yeah. Like, there's some sort of expectation there.
Yeah, I suppose. But it's not like you meet someone off Grindr thinking, this is going to be the love of my life.
Yeah.
You think, we're going to hook up if we don't have a terrible time.
Yes.
We didn't have a terrible time. We also didn't hook up.
Yeah.
The worst thing about it was just, unfortunately, when this man walked in, it was just an instant case of, oh, no.
Oh, yes.
You know, like when you have their pictures on the app, it's very human to fill in the gaps. Well, it depends on your personality, I guess. You fill the gaps in with the most optimal, optimistic view of that person. So that's what I did. And unfortunately, the reality was not quite to that standard. That sounds mean.
No, I said I have the exact same problem. If I really need to see how someone's face moves and how they use their body. And like, actually, that's more important to me usually than how they look. And so when I turn up, I'm either delighted because I'm like, oh, I was not sure how this was going to go, and who you are in front of me is spectacular. Or I will turn up and I'll be like, no, it's nothing to do with how you look. It's how you use the way you look. I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose so. But yeah, I mean, honestly, not a bad word to say about him. He was lovely. We had a couple of drinks, had a nice time. But I had gone there with a hope and dream of getting some. And I was like, I can't be doing it today. And that's fine.
Hope. My God, I live on it. Name that movie, name that quote.
I will allow the listener to do that. Yeah, so that was my bottom of the week. But it got me thinking, you know, we've been gay men in London for quite some time.
We've been gay men in other places as well.
True. On the high seas.
On the seas in Europe.
And we actually have a litany of stories of dates gone awry, of missed opportunities, of disasters, of awkward moments.
Or of like opportunities made from...
Very little.
From difficult circumstances. Some tough stuff.
Yes. So I thought it'd be a great idea to have a discussion about some of those experiences. We're going to spot some stories.
I'm literally not joking. My heart rate is actually spiking.
Oh, the anxiety is real.
Yeah, it's not often I look back on some of these stories, but it is fun sometimes to look through them with my new lens.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing, isn't it? Because going back to what you were saying, we are not who we once were. So we can look back at these stories almost completely detached because, like, who was that person?
No, honestly, who
Yeah,
were they?
it was, you know, the bundle of cells you call Charlie, but all those cells have been replaced since then.
Actually, I was about to say, yeah, for some of the stories that are older than 7 years old, we literally are not that person anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We are made of stardust after all.
Okay, well, let's not get too abstract.
Okay.
Do you want to go first?
Oh my gosh, did I talk about my first kiss?
Go for it. I don't know if I know that story.
I don't think I've told you it. It's psychotic.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, it's you, so I'm
But
not
it's
surprised.
also Scotland.
Okay.
Okay.
It's famously full of psychos.
So as you know, I went to a performing arts school in Scotland. It was attached to a mainstream school. And one day, I was in my 3rd year of high school. I walked by this 6'4" guy,
Okay.
and I had never seen him before. And I was like, "Who is this man?" And he looked back at me, and I was like, "Okay,
In love.
yeah, who is this person?"
I actually can't believe the setting of your first kiss story is high school.
Yeah, wait, Charlie, it gets crazy.
Okay.
Oh gosh, so we all went on this school trip, right? To
Oh, what didn't happen on the school trip?
well, no, it didn't happen on the school trip. So we went on a school trip to Alton Towers. And
Oh,
so
great.
yeah, it was fun.
That's
but
like my ends.
It is your ends. Oh my gosh.
Well, Midlands.
West Midlands, yeah. So I was making friends with people in my year who I hadn't ever made friends with because I went to a huge school. There was like 200 people in my year. So I only really knew the 30 people that I moved around classes with.
So this trip is the performing side of the school and the rest of the school?
Yeah, the whole school.
Okay, so yeah, there's people you hardly know them. Like you
Yeah,
aren't
'cause-
in classes with them at all.
Yeah, there's like 500 people from the same school in this
Yeah.
trip.
Oh my goodness, sounds like
I know.
chaos.
I just realized that is.
Do they still do this?
I don't know.
Surely not.
Well, who knows? Anyway, I met this girl and she was part of my year. I didn't know her that well, but she played on the basketball team, the girls' basketball team. And she was explaining there was this new Liverpudlian guy who just started that was also playing in a few years above her on the basketball team. And I was like, you have got to tell me this person's name. She did. I went looking on Facebook. No, I went looking on Bebo.
Okay, so this behavior started young.
Oh, this behavior did start young. I went looking on Bebo and that was the guy that had looked back at me.
Wow.
So we started speaking on Bebo and then we moved to MSN.
Wow.
I know. Oh
Really
my gosh.
dating ourselves here.
Gosh, this is really, and I'm getting like,
Oh, we're getting a bit hot and bothered.
getting a bit shy about it.
Oh my goodness.
And basically, it turned out that he was bisexual and he was actually dating a girl.
Oh. Wait,
And
how open was he about that? The
I
fact that he
think-
was bisexual.
I think he was pretty open because the thing is, this was a 6'4" man.
I know they have like armor
Like-
in their height.
Well, he was just bigger than literally every other man at that school.
Oh, yeah, and teachers.
And to be clear, I was like 14 at the time. He would have been 17 going on 18. Then he broke up with his girlfriend. And then I
Swooped.
asked if I could kiss him.
Wow. Okay, that's incredibly forward.
And he said yes.
Uh-huh.
And then, oh gosh, this is crazy. Other people found out
Oh.
and people came to watch. So I said to him, I was like, look, I'm so sorry. I can't do this in front of all of these people. This is insane.
Yeah.
And this was after school, right? So I went to go to my dance class. He went to his basketball class. And then,
Is this like High School Musical?
gosh, maybe a little bit. I have not thought about this story for years either. Especially because, spoiler alert, sorry, it ends with this kiss. Nothing else happens. So I run up to the little part that you it's like the viewing gallery of the basketball court. And I'm like, come out. Because everyone else was everyone was in their dance class and then everyone was in the basketball class. And then he came out and I had to stand 3 stairs up above him to reach him to kiss him because, and I did it.
You were so petite.
I was back then, yeah, I was neat, petite, and ready to eat. It was crazy. I almost passed out. I couldn't believe I was finally getting to kiss this boy, this literal jock. But he was a smoker.
Damn.
So he tasted like smoke.
Yeah.
And that was it. I kissed him. But after I kissed him, what we hadn't realised is that some of the dancers had realised where I'd gone
Yeah.
and were watching at the bottom of the staircase.
Oh my God.
And some of the basketball people had realised and were watching from the bottom of the staircase. And I was like, oh my God, I just had a performance.
You're
My
always
first-
performing
Oh, God.
on or off the stage.
So that was my first kiss with a man.
It's actually not a terrible story. Like, it wasn't super traumatic, but it's a shame that it played out so publicly.
Yeah, I couldn't have it for myself.
Yeah. I wonder how these days, if people would care as much. I don't know. Was there a sort of, people were obviously curious about, okay, there's two boys kissing, but was there like malice in that curiosity?
No, that's what I find very strange. I was like, these are people that genuinely just want to see if like this is a real thing that some boys do. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
They were like, really? Two boys are going to kiss?
Who knows how many gay awakenings you helped speed along?
I don't want to be responsible for that.
I mean, I think there's nothing wrong with awakening things in people.
I hope anything that I awaken in them is a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, historically, there's a lot of ire.
Yes, you know me, I awake the beast in people.
Yeah, true.
Well,
Wow.
I want to hear about your first kiss with a man now. Can you remember?
I wasn't prepared to talk about this.
Okay.
But we can.
I didn't know we were doing that today. I didn't know people were doing that.
We can, because I think the person involved is never going to watch this, so that's fine.
Oh, that's good. Oh my gosh, if you're the person involved and you watch this, you've got to message me.
I mean, I can just tell you who it is.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like
Sorry,
a
I
secret.
forgot it doesn't. I'm just like, what happens on the podcast stays on the podcast.
I wasn't going to name the man, you know.
Name him. No, don't. Just tell me the story.
Name him.
Can I have some more water though, please? I'm going to put some lip balm on and then we'll be right back.
Okay, we are back from our chapstick break. Our lips are glistening.
I know my lips are glistening. I can feel it.
Ready to spill this tea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my first kiss with a guy, as far as I can remember, was one of my straight friends in school.
Are they still straight to this day?
Yes. And so I grew up in the countryside, right?
Emphasis on cunt.
Rude.
Right.
So I grew up in the countryside. That means that the kind of parties you had when you're 16 involve
Fields and barns.
fields, barns, campfires, sleeping bags, tents, and in this case, a caravan.
Right.
And this is,
Come on, caravan.
yeah, humble beginnings for Charlie. It wasn't my caravan, by the way. It was his family's caravan.
Oh my.
And we'd had some drinks with the lads.
Oh right, okay.
And I mean, we were of that age where you just drank a shitload of stuff.
You
to
just
get
got drunk,
wasted.
yeah.
Like that was the fun. And then you would just act like idiots.
Sorry to interrupt, but like I remember the conversations that people used to have after being drunk, and like they didn't do anything. They were just like, "Oh my God, I was so drunk, I passed out."
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it
I
was
was
like-
sick.
Yeah. And it's
Or
like,
I
oh,
made out with someone I shouldn't have.
Wow. I want to pass out. Like I can't.
God. Yeah, I remember that actually, like around university, that you meet people, and after freshers, people, that's their conversation. Like, oh, I got so drunk.
I chanted au revoir.
So anyway, yeah, drinking with the boys, and I wasn't going to get home that night because my home was 20 miles away. So we ended up sleeping in the caravan. There was some sexual tension, I think, between me and his friends. That night, it just reached a zenith. And there was just some quite slobbery kissing
My
in that
gosh.
caravan. And there was a bit of like fumbling about as well.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
I know. I don't think I've ever told anyone this story, actually.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I know, now everyone knows it. So,
But they don't know it.
true. Oh, and then we obviously never spoke about it. And nothing ever happened ever again.
Yeah.
And as I said, to this day, straight. So, I mean, I have no negative feelings about that.
Yeah.
At the time, I was so deeply in denial. So it was just one step of admitting who I was to myself, perhaps. Yeah, again, I haven't really thought about it in a long
That's
time.
wild.
Yeah. So when you said, "Oh, what's your first kiss?" I actually thought about two other kisses, but they were later. But they kind of felt like first kisses as
Yeah,
well.
because you were also in such strong denial about that being your first kiss with a
Yeah.
boy, maybe.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, as first kisses go, they could have been better.
They weren't bad.
They could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse. It wasn't my first kiss,
Yeah.
but it was my first kiss with a man.
Bit of a segue.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. A bit of a tangent.
Okay.
Love your enthusiasm.
I'll follow you.
Yeah, come with me.
Dive in deep.
Heartstopper.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
No.
I also haven't watched it.
I find it too painful.
Same.
I feel cheated of that
experience.
experience.
Yeah. That experience was not our experience. It's beautiful, and I love that it is a possibility in the modern day, and it was a possibility back for us, because there are people in their 30s who met in high school
Oh, yeah.
and are together now. Like, I've seen it on Instagram,
Yes.
and it's it can be a bit difficult. It could be a bit affronting, because you're like, well, that wasn't my reality, and it could never have been my reality.
Yeah.
I wasn't anywhere near that, so I'm so envious. It is, it's just kind of a sad reality of to be gay in a small town, So yeah, Heartstopper is something I just can't bring myself to watch, even though a lot of slightly younger queer people, gay men, are like happy to watch it.
It's really not just gay men. I think quite a lot of like straight women really love it.
You could say the target audience is women and girls, because it's a bit like BL from like Asia and stuff.
Oh yeah, boy love. Yeah. No, I agree. Even though I went to like a vocational school for both my secondary and my higher education, it still wasn't that accepted.
Mm-hmm.
It still wasn't the norm, and that's not just from students, the teachers as well.
Oh my gosh.
They weren't homophobic, but they weren't accepting. It's almost as if they were so resistant to the stereotype. They didn't want to be stereotyped in that way. They didn't want dance to be stereotyped in that way. And I agreed. Some of the straightest, most macho men I've ever met have been in the Bally world.
Yeah.
The fact that I've had to sort of repress myself because of that attitude was tough stuff.
So as a teacher, you obviously want to encourage boys to take your subject and to love it in the way you do. You know that the stereotype of most boys doing it are gay is putting a lot of kids off. So I can understand where that comes from.
Yeah.
But to actually make the children who are in your class feel less than is such an unfortunate outcome of that belief. And that's actually the only outcome, really, of being not accepting.
We have gone on a tangent.
Yeah. So anyway, back again.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some dating stories. Go on.
I'll tell you about a horrible London dating story.
One of, oh my gosh, how many horrible London dating stories do you think there are in the world?
The thing that's crazy for me is that this was like not a blind date. This wasn't someone that did not know what I looked like. They had met me in real life. So let me go back to the beginning. One night after heaven, went to McDonald's, as you do. I have always been a bit of a chatterbox, and I do like speaking to people, especially if we're all in a queue. Like, I really am one of those people. Only when I've been drinking, though. This very handsome man turned to me and said, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Guess." And he said, "Scotland." And I was like, "Well, yeah, obviously."
No, say it in like a super Scottish accent.
Yeah, obviously. Have you heard me? He was like, "Well, I'm actually named after an island in Scotland." And I said, "I bet it's not spelt the same way as the island." And he showed me his Facebook and said, "Yes, it is." And he was right. His name was spelled like the Scottish island.
His name's Muck, right?
his name was Orkney.
Imagine meeting someone called Orkney and you're like, I bet it's not spelled the same way though. So stupid.
Oh my gosh, that would be so stupid. So he was like, "I bet it's not spelled that way." And then he showed me and I was like, "Oh yeah, Orkney with an E. Yep, absolutely." And then I was like, "Have a good night." And he was like, "No, actually, can I have your Facebook?" Because I remember we were chatting on Facebook Messenger.
Wow. Blast from the past.
It's a blast from the past. So then he's messaging me and he went back out. He went to like a casino, and this should have been my red flag number one.
Mm-hmm.
So this was I met him at 3 a.m. He had a McDonald's and he went back out.
Nothing good ever happens after 2 a.m.
Nothing good ever happens after a McDonald's at 2 a.m.
That's some free life advice.
Okay. So I messaged him the next day and he's like, "Look, I work in the city. Do you want to go on a date next week?"
What dreams are made of?
Obviously, I love the fact that I met you in real life. I know I fancy you. Let's do it. I asked him to meet me at like a cool bar in East London because he works in the city. He seemed really resistant to that. And I was like, well, do you have a suggestion? And he was like, well, no, let's just meet there. We met there, and honestly, he was so unimpressed with me from the minute he laid eyes on me. And I was baffled because I was like, you've seen me in real life.
Yeah.
You pursued me.
Yeah.
I could have left McDonald's and never spoken to you again in my life. I was like, okay, well, we're here. He's not interested. That's fine. We can just have a chat. Maybe I'll have a new friend. Oh, no.
Wow. I mean, that's a bit naive.
No, he really made it my problem that he didn't fancy me.
Wow.
We had one drink, and then I said, would you like another? And he said, no, I'm going to go. And I was like, okay, bye. And then he got so angry with me. Why? You don't want to stay here. I haven't finished my drink.
Oh.
And I'm going to sit here, and I have friends that are doing things. I'm going to try and see one of them.
Yeah.
This was horrendous.
Yeah.
I need to go and speak to someone about it. He like huffed and puffed, and he walked out, and I couldn't believe it.
So you didn't even say like goodbye, thanks
No,
for tonight,
no,
or anything like that?
there was no hug or anything. He just got up and left. I'm pretty certain it was a Thursday. And so I messaged some of my friends and we went to Porn Idol.
Damn, okay.
Because I was just like, I can't believe that just happened to me.
No, but you deserve better than that. Anyone does.
Everyone deserves better than that.
Yeah. And as you say, like he pursued you.
He asked me out.
Yeah. And that's the thing, because all it can do is leave you wondering, like, what did I do wrong? I mean, at that age, now we would know.
Well, honestly, I moved on fairly quickly from it. I just was like, how is this person being so hostile to me? I really don't think it had anything to do with me. It had everything to do with what he had projected onto me, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that's why I think I just sat there and was like, okay, bye forever.
Yeah.
Except it wasn't bye forever, because then he joined quite a few groups that you and I were maybe trying to join and became big parts of them.
He did, but we didn't.
But we didn't.
Maybe that was one of the reasons why. And maybe there's some value in that.
It's many of the reasons why, because I just thought if you people are friends with someone that clearly treats people like that fairly often, you're not who I want to be friends with.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was going to say, I've also met this person.
Yeah, you have.
And I also wasn't impressed.
But I think he liked you though, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, no, he did. But that was before we were really friends.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Because I think it was a case of we talked about this story years ago,
yeah.
but it was after it happened.
It was after it happened because we weren't friends yet.
Yeah.
Because this was back when I was trying to be like, well, they haven't done anything to Charlie, so Charlie's allowed to be like friends with that person. So I was like, look, just FYI, didn't have a great experience. You might have a different one, and that's fine. And really what I actually should have said is don't ever speak to that person if you want to be my friend.
Yeah. That's so interesting. because I think you were kind of pulling your punches a bit in that respect at that time.
I really was.
Which is totally fair because we were like new friends. So you don't want to like overstep the mark, right? But at the same time, I was receptive to your advice, like so much, because no one was giving me any good advice at that time except for you. But I wonder if you had gone to that level, would I have taken that on board? I think I maybe would have. I don't know.
I'm not sure. It just depends.
I guess it's just hypotheticals.
Back then, because it could have just depended on our mood.
But
one thing I will say that was weird about that period of time is I think I was literally the only new person you were friends with that wasn't trying to sleep with you.
Yeah.
Is that a fair assessment to make?
Yes. Maybe not completely. Maybe not 100%. Because some people didn't try to sleep with me and then hated me anyway.
Me. Top that.
So I've got a story I can share. I think it's from 2014.
Okay.
Because I'd finished...
My God, in the before times.
Yeah, like the real before times. So in 2014, that's before anything happened in my life, basically.
Before Tuvalu, before Carly Rae Jepsen.
Well, Carly had done Call Me Maybe at that point, right?
True.
It was the year I graduated, so I'm aging myself. In my final year of university, I joined like the queer group.
Oh, wow, okay.
In an effort to make new friends. But in the same way, like, obviously, I also wanted to, like, get a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually did get a boyfriend from that group, but that's a different story. I made friends with one guy in this group. Are we going to give a pseudonym to him? We have to.
Oh my gosh, do I know this person?
Yes. We were just talking about him earlier.
Oh.
So what are we going to call him?
We can call him Bad Uni Friend. Boof. Let's call him Boof. Bad Uni Friend. Boof.
So I joined the queer group at university and I made friends with this guy.
Okay.
I'm not going to name him. Let's call him Bad Uni Friend.
Boof.
Boof for short. So I made friends with Booth, and he was kind of a inroad to forming my first gay group of friends in London. I remember we went on a night out to Heaven. My gosh, I can't believe how much it's featuring in our stories of that time. No, I can't believe it.
Well, because it's where you went when you were that young.
Yeah, when you were 21.
Because it's where you
plus.
went to meet other young gay people.
Yeah.
Because only young gay people go there.
That's not true.
Well, I guess I only felt like I saw young people there. But they also did student nights. That's why. They did Mondays, Thursdays.
Yeah, anyway. So had a night out in Heaven with my new friend Booth. It was all his friends who had maybe heard about me, but we'd never met before.
Okay.
Basically, there were like 4 or 5 guys, and they all tried it on with me. Maybe this makes me sound conceited. I wasn't liking that. You know, so like, I was looking for new friends, basically.
Yeah.
And to have every single one of them, like, have this quite direct energy, as in, like, we only really see you as a piece of meat.
No, but you know what that was as well, though? They were all in competition with each other.
Could be. The reason that happened is because Booth had told them, oh, Charlie, he's up for it. So I was like literally sabotaged before anything could even happen. Before I could even make friends with them.
Did you do anything with Booth?
Yes.
Before that night?
Yes.
Why is he trying to pimp you out to his friends, though?
I don't know.
Anyway, continue.
Let's not psychoanalyze Booth. So one of these guys seemed nice enough. I guess I consented to going on a date with him. So I did go on a date with him in the following week or something like that.
Yeah.
And we went for dinner, had burgers in Westfields, and then went to a bar for some drinks.
Oh my gosh, sometimes when I think about the dates I went on in my 20s and I'm like, I can't believe I really went to a Nando's. Do you know what
I think it was a GBK or maybe a Byron. Yeah. Maybe Byron, that's like really ages it as well.
Yes, jeez. Went to the fish and chip. Anyway, sorry. So you went to Westfields.
So I went to Westfields, had a burger, and then we went for some drinks in the bar. And then we were in the smoking area, or the outside area at least. And this guy was paying no attention to me. He was just chatting to like the random people in the area. And I got a bit miffed because I was like...
Well, as you would.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be getting to know you.
Yeah. Also, he's older than me, right? He's like at least late 20s and I'm like 21.
Oh, okay.
So there was an age gap. So I felt a bit like, you know, it's his job to be looking after me, you know, like make me feel comfortable here, you know? It's one of my first dates, really. It was one of my first dates.
Oh, God.
In London. It was a gay date anyway. I still went back with him. Shouldn't have done that. So we hooked up and that was it. Then Booth was asking me, how was the date with the guy? And I was honest. Shouldn't have been. I said to Booth, we had a nice time, but I felt a bit abandoned at one point, and so I think for me I wouldn't see him again. And Booth was like, oh, okay, like that's a shame, sorry that he made you feel that way or something. One day later, the guy messages me saying, Booth told me that you felt like this on the date. And I was like, what the hell? Literally just airing my dirty laundry to the person.
That's why he's called Booth.
That's why he's called Booth. There are so many stories about Booth. We don't talk anymore.
The thing is, people, I actually met Booth independently of Charlie, and I also have some stories about Booth. But he's not my Booth, he's your Booth.
I actually think that guy I went on a date with still follows me on Instagram.
No way.
And looks at my stories.
Oh my gosh, I hope he sees this.
I'm sure he's forgotten.
I wonder if he's still friends with Booth.
That would be interesting to know.
If he is, then that says a hell of a lot about him.
I imagine not.
But you know what? We need to let people grow and change.
We're such bitches.
No, we are such bitches, but we do need to allow that. But some people don't grow or change.
I actually think Booth has grown and changed.
I actually think so too.
But I don't need to find out for myself.
No, the thing is,
okay.
Sometimes people get better and they still just don't need to be in your life. I have really had to learn that lesson over the last couple of years and be like, I don't need to be in their life and they don't need to be in mine.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Okay, your turn.
Okay. In my former life as a performer, I worked at a European theme park whose name shall remain unknown. So I joined on a contract that was specifically for 2 holiday seasons, which was the Halloween holiday season and then the Christmas holiday season. Let me tell you, this theme park, on the 31st of October, it is Halloween. On the 1st of November, it is Christmas. And boy, was it.
Yeah.
So I was dressed fully as an elf. all 6 foot of me. And I had like the rosiest cheeks. They had put white mascara on my eyebrows and eyelashes. So, you know, it's like it was freshly driven snow. And I was dressed all in red and green.
So cute.
It really wasn't cute. My costume was like pretty much just tights. My area was so visible that they added a bag to my costume that I had to wear in front of it.
Oh my goodness.
It was so embarrassing. I had all of these, I'm actually so embarrassed. I had all of these people like, they brought me into a room and they were looking at my shape. And they were like, no, you can't be in front of children with that shape. So here is a bag. And then they were like trying different sized bags. Anyway, so
XXL bag in the end.
Oh gosh. Goodness
Wow.
God.
Well, if you've got it, flaunt it.
It was a real Christmas present. And so I ran out onto set and was so excited to be this elf and like speak to all the children. Let me tell you, the 1st of November, no one is going to that theme park. It is the 1st of November. Why would you be going there? Then all of the elves like went to go see Santa and we were trying to speak to Santa and Santa complained. So we were told that we weren't allowed to speak to Santa. So I was just looking for someone to annoy, right?
Sounds like you.
Sounds like it was me. There was this gorgeous man, and I mean gorgeous, like the biggest, brightest, greenest eyes and the most lovely smile. And so I just went up to him and I was like, "Hi, Merry Christmas." I was like, "Santa brought me just for you."
He was an employee.
He was an employee, sorry.
But not dressed as an elf.
But he was not dressed as an elf. He was dressed in like, you know, a accoutrement that made him be the, you know, people would go up and be like, which way to this place? And
Is that a French word?
He was just so fun. So we had like 3 half-an-hour sets in the morning and we would switch shifts with another set of elves. So those elves would go out, I would come back out, I would start annoying him again, I'd come back in. And then it was time for lunch. So you have to change out of your costume, but I had to keep my makeup on because I was still wearing that same costume in the parade.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to keep my makeup on. And so I went to one of the many restaurants backstage that you can go to. And I walked in and there he was. I just remember like I walked in and I obviously didn't have the power that I had being a character on set anymore. So I walked in and he just went, "Salut." And I was like, oh my, get so far away from me. This is too embarrassing. Now you have all the power. I can't even deal with this. And then I went on Grindr that evening and he messaged me and said...
It's a beautiful love story.
Yes. And he messaged me and he said, "Are you my elf?" And
Swoon.
obviously I melted.
Flood my basement.
Yes, indeed. And then freeze it because it was Christmas time. But I was like, "Yes, I'm your elf." Yes. Yes. I'm your elf. We started speaking. He would change his shifts just to hang around with me as an elf, or, you know,
who wouldn't?
Or sometimes he would change his shift so that he would be on the parade route. So he would see me dancing on the parade, or I also did an evening show as part of that like character set.
God, that's so adorable.
Yeah, it was adorable. It was also extremely intense for me because I had never had anyone that liked me like that before. My contract came to an end. Oh my gosh, I haven't told you this story. Because this is insane and I can't believe I've just remembered it. I said goodbye to him that morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I put my notebook, which had all the cash that I had in it, on the side of the station. The notebook fell down on the bridge and literally 3,000 euros like rained down on all these people. Charlie, I don't know how I did it because it took me like 2 minutes to run all the way down. I ran all the way down. People were picking it up and giving it to me.
Okay.
I didn't lose a single euro. I have no idea how that happened. Like 3,000, something like 3,210 euros in cash in my notebook rained down on people and I didn't lose a single euro.
That's incredible.
That was incredible. It was
human
insane.
kindness.
Yeah, I know, right? And then I was feeling really sad because I wasn't going to see him again. So I'm sitting in my seat. I'm like really sad. And then I message him and then someone lands in the seat in front of me. And then I look up and it's him. He ran to say goodbye to me. And I was like, oh my God, bye.
I'm going to cry.
I know, I was crying. And then I came back to London. and we were messaging, and I went over to France to visit him. And when I was there, I saw some really suspect stuff on his phone, but obviously I couldn't like translate it because I didn't speak the language. I just said, like, are you cheating on me with this person? And he said, absolutely not. I said, I don't believe you. And he said, well, we need to break up then. He broke up with me. I went and stayed with a friend instead that was working in one of the shows near there. Came back home, and his relationship status changed on Facebook to be with the person I accused him of cheating on me with. So
that dirty dog.
Yeah, that's my story. Top that.
Oh. How about I bottom that?
Oh yeah, okay.
Bottom for that.
Okay, yeah, do it. Take me low. Where? I can't believe I've never told you about that. Like, that money raining everywhere.
Yeah, that's wild.
I think a friend of the pod was there that can confirm this, because it was crazy work.
So I have bad dating stories dating back many years, but this one's quite recent.
This one is recent.
This year, because I'm currently single.
My gosh, it is this year. This year has simultaneously been so short and so long.
Mm-hmm. This guy we met through Grindr, had a drinking date.
Oh.
No, and nothing happened. It wasn't. We just went for drinks, and actually had a really fun time. It was funny. I thought he was funny.
I remember you saying that he could not stop talking.
I don't mind that, because I can actually be I'm a great listener. I can be a very good listener.
You are a phenomenal listener.
Yeah. I can allow people to tell anecdotes for an hour if they need to.
Sometimes longer.
I'm good at that. I honestly don't mind, because I love someone getting passionate and telling their story, telling their truth. So anyway, had a nice time with this guy. And the thing about him is that he worked for a department store in London and was very well put together. Something that I find quite attractive in a man is like having good style. I aspire to have great style. It's really difficult, actually.
Yeah.
Some people just get it.
Yeah, you were saying he was so incredibly put together.
Yeah, nice stylish clothes that suited him and blah, 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 blah. So that was a big turn on for me. We did schedule another date for the following week or something. Let's say it was on a Monday. But it was the weekend before that, on a Saturday, he ended up being nearby my home.
Oh.
He was like, oh, hey, I'm in the neighborhood. My plans fell through. Can we meet? And I was like, well, yes. I wasn't expecting it.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, why not? And so he came around to my place. His behavior in my house, strange.
Yeah.
And I only really realized how strange it was after the fact, because I was kind of rolling with the punches in terms of what he was saying.
Yes, because you've got a great sense of humor about yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't take myself too seriously.
No, you don't.
You know, so this is my home. I've put a lot of effort into it, and I love it.
Me too. I love being here. It's one of my favorite places to come in London.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot to me, actually.
It means a lot to me. You keep letting me come back.
Of course I will. He was in my flat and making a lot of little comments. So, for example, okay, I don't have a green thumb. I'm going to put my hand up, my non-green hand up, and admit I don't have a green thumb. So a lot of my plants are fake. Sacre bleu. There's so many people on...
Gasp.
Yeah, gay gasp. So many people on Instagram would condemn me for that. To be honest, I think being like a plant gay is deplorable. Anyway, I have some plants that are alive, but they're like barely alive. And he was like, oh, a lot of your plants are fake. Like, why can't you look after them? And I was like, oh, it's just like too much faff. I'm not really bothered. Like, and I think the fake ones look fine. They don't bother me. And he was like, okay. And then he was looking around, and I have a lot of photography from my travels on the walls.
Yes.
And he was like, these photos, did you take them? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, no, you didn't. I was like, yeah, that's my trip to Japan. That's my trip to Taiwan. He's like, no, you didn't take these. There's no way.
I forgot that's what he said to you.
And at the time, I was kind of like, that's a weird thing to say, because I'm not going to just lie. Like, what benefit is there to me lying about it?
He wasn't like, no, you didn't. Really? He was just like, you didn't.
Yeah, he was like, I refuse to believe you. And it's like, okay, so is that a roundabout way of saying that they're good and you don't believe I have the talent to take them? I guess that was how maybe I took it at the moment. And I was like, thanks. But actually, afterwards, I was like, that's kind of fucked up.
Stupid son of a bitch.
Yeah. And anyway, we did end up hooking up and it was fine. But after the fact, I think this is the worst thing. He mocked me.
I forgot.
He mocked my performance in the bedroom. That's a hard one to laugh off, actually. And it's like...
I wouldn't have. I honestly would have been like, oh, it's even funnier when you're not in my room.
Yeah, he mocked my appreciative sounds. And it's like, okay, what the fuck? It's like saying it all one after the other like this. Everyone's going to be like, what the hell were you playing at, Charlie? Like, why were you putting up with this? But at the time, I don't know, I've got a sense of humor. I don't take myself seriously, whatever. Anyway, go on.
Well, I was going to say that's what's so pernicious about negging. You don't realise it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's death by 1,000 cuts. It just turns out he wasn't very good at doing that. People that are very good at negging are much more subtle and spread it out over a longer time in order to really get one up over the person that they're trying to do it to.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was trying to do to you. There was clearly an element of jealousy.
Yeah.
I don't like that for you at all.
Because where does he live?
With his parents.
With his family, yeah. In like Zone 4 London. So it's like, okay, don't be judgy about my home here. You know, thinking about these comments afterwards. But I think because he was so stylish and put together, I sort of believed him, I guess. So I was like, oh, your opinions have some weight.
Was it more like you felt annoyed with yourself for allowing someone to treat you like that and not
Definitely
realising
now.
it?
Yeah, definitely now. We were supposed to meet that coming Monday for the date, and we didn't. I don't think... Well, I cancelled the date on the Sunday. I just said, like, oh, hey, I can't make it anymore. And he replied, like, oh, no worries or something. And we never sent another message ever again. So clearly it was like a mutual, like, we're not into each other. He got what he wanted. And I was very put off by his behaviour. I mean, maybe he's going around telling his friends, oh my God, I went to this guy's house and it was like so gaudy, horrible decor. Like it was, ugh. Maybe that's a funny story for them. And they're all laughing about it in their parents' basements. Good for them.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I hate that. I hate that happened to you.
Oh, don't worry. I'm fine. I've had other wonderful experiences with dating this year. So
that's true.
Like this is just really one of the few negative ones that's happened.
It's only really a good story when it's negative, right? Or it has to be so unbelievably positive and optimistic.
I think if you have a dating story that's unbelievably positive and optimistic, that person's like love bombing you.
True. No, you're right.
Thanks.
You are correct.
We've spinned a few yarns. Maybe it's time to come to a close.
I think so. But it's been cathartic a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, and we've gotten to know each other a little bit more. That's wild.
That's true.
And you got to watch.
Yeah. To cover new grounds with a person you've known for 7 years is fabulous and wonderful. A cherished moment.
I think it is crazy. Like when I was like telling you some of the stories, I couldn't believe I hadn't. I was like, wait a minute, I haven't told you any of this story. Really crazy. Thank you for listening.
It was my absolute pleasure.
It was my pleasure too. Thank you, dear listener. Lesnar?
Lesnar. Thank you, dear Lesnar. You are lesbian, right?
Thank you, dear... I'm trying to think of a gay one. Thank you, dear Gaber. Biza Minnelli. Okay. And remember, you can tune in every week Wednesdays wherever you get your podcasts.
And watch us on Fridays on our YouTube channel.
Also on Sundays, exclusively on YouTube, you can find our reviews or our reviews.
See you there.